welcome back to Dreamcatchers. So coming up now, we have a performance from our guest, Brent Thomas Daibo. He'll be playing a song off of his solo EP, Haunted, under the band name Thomas Dowding.
My name is Brent Thomas Daibo, and this song is called Locomotive. Train and I ain't coming back, no. Instead of waiting, stuck now for so damn long. Get on that train and mama, I ain't never coming home. I got a pocket full of money and my six string on my back, brand new shirt and my hair slicked back, yeah. Got me some new sunglasses and my dancing shoes on. Get on that train and mama, I ain't never coming home.
That was a great performance, Brent. So let's get right back into some of the questions that I have lined up for you. As I promised, we'll talk a bit about Brent's background in music. So Brent, what got you started in music? What was your first instrument?
My first instrument was a guitar.
Okay, and what made you pick up that guitar, and how old were you?
I was around 12 years old, and I was always watching my father play in bands and things like that, so I just decided that I wanted to learn how to play one day, and it just snowballed from there.
Cool. What were some of the bands you liked as a child?
It went all over the place for a long time. I listened to a lot of different music, but growing up, I'd say when I first started playing guitar, it was a lot of Led Zeppelin.
Nice. What other instruments do you play? Like you mentioned, you played the drums, the harmonica.
I'd say guitar is my main instrument. Aside from everything else, I'm a jack at all those. I'm not a master of none.
So you just kind of pick it up as you go along?
Yeah.
Nice. So let's talk a bit about your influences now. Who would you say your musical influences are these days?
I definitely listen to a lot of Bruce Springsteen and a lot of Steve Earle, and that's pretty much it.
And what kind of music is that?
Well, Steve Earle's country, rock and roll, and Bruce Springsteen is a lot of basically rock and roll.
Can we see those influences on your album?
Maybe if you look deep enough. It's for anyone to hear it to decide.
Mm-hmm. So I noticed that you like to cover Bruce Springsteen. I've seen a couple of your YouTube videos, and what is it about Bruce Springsteen?
He's the boss. He's just the boss. No, but he's a great storyteller. He makes you feel like you're in a rundown part of New Jersey. You could just hear it in his lyrics and the way he writes, and so.
Do you aspire to put that kind of storytelling into your songs?
Yeah. I'm just learning how to do this sort of thing, so yeah, as time goes on.
Yeah. Let's talk a bit about some of the bands that you played in the past. The last time we talked, you played in a couple of hardcore metal bands.
Yeah.
You wrote some hip hop beats.
Yeah.
And what was the other one? There was something that was a bit like out there as well.
I'm not too sure.
Punk, maybe? You started off in a punk band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's every teenager.
Yeah, so what was your first band?
My first band was my first real band.
Yep.
It was a local metal band called Against the Flames, and that was my first real experience in any band.
How old were you?
15.
Wow. So you picked the guitar up at 12, and by the time you were 15, you were already in your own band.
Yeah.
Okay, how long did Against the Flames last?
2007 we ended, so
Had a long run?
3 years maybe.
Yeah. And what was the band after that one? You played in some Montreal bands.
I played in a signed hardcore band called Dead Walk for 2 or 3 years also. And I left to go back to school, and they continued on and had some difficulties with their label and money and stuff like that. And then I picked up with another Montreal band called Hatred, which was around in 2010 up until, that wasn't very long, maybe 6 months.
What kind of music was that again?
That was also a hardcore band. Yeah.
Okay. Did you guys tour?
No, we didn't get the chance to.
Did you record an album or any tracks?
We recorded a 4-song EP. And it got pretty good attention in the Montreal area and Ontario.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk a bit about these rap beats.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? That's very left field.
That was a very strange time for me. I was just hanging around with these guys who listened to a lot of stuff like that, and I said, well, I'll give this a try too. So I did that, and they're still doing it now. And it was fun. It was fun while it lasted.
So you went through all of these different musical influences, and it kind of led up to this EP. What was the inspiration behind Thomas Dowding, like naming your band that? You told me your middle name's Thomas. Was that part of it?
Sort of, in a sense. It was, man, I get asked this question so much. My father had a list of names for his bands, and there was one called Doubting Thomas. So I searched it on the internet when I started recording my acoustic demos and things like that, and there's already over 100 bands with that name, so I just flipped it around, and it ended up working out. My middle name is Thomas, and the other name was taken, so it all worked out.
Nice. Okay, so we're going to cut to a commercial, but we'll be right back with another performance by our guest today, Brent Dybo.